Hello, my name is Daniel Milano. I'm a part of Red Team 5. I am student 3, and I am hired as a penetration tester for Hotel Dorsey. And I'm here to show off what I can do if I were a real hacker, and I'll be, extracting data artifacts and cracking passwords. So the first thing we need to do is see what my IP address is. And as you can see, it's 10.5.3.50. And since we already know what the IP address for Hotel Dorsey is, we're going to connect to it, and we're going to do it by Telnet. So I just type Telnet, the IP address, and the port number. Now, Telnet is a network protocol that allows a user to connect to a remote computer on the network. And port 23 is, well, the port. So I type in enter, and we're connected. And as you can see, there's also the username and password right here for anyone who wants to just log in, which isn't really ideal for a system, especially of a hotel. So we'll log in here. And the first thing any attacker or normal person will do is check the files. And as you can see, there are a whole bunch of files here. And we're not going to examine each and every one of them. We're just going to look for a few files in particular, which is Red Team 5 and Red Team Look Here. So let's start off with Red Team Look Here. I'll type CD, which is basically to change the directory or move to a different directory. I'm going to type in ls again to see what files are here. And there's a shadow file here. A shadow file is basically a text file that carries information about users' passwords, and we're gonna take a look at it now. Now, the thing about the shadow file also is that passwords won't be like, just right there visible. They're gonna be in a hash string. So what I'm gonna do is copy it, open up a new window or terminal, and type in leafpad. LeafPad is essentially the notepad for Windows. Gonna paste it, close it, save it. I'm going to name it hash.txt. We'll leave it as root. And we're gonna check to see. Oh, yeah, it's here in the system. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to crack it by typing John hash.txt. Now, since we are trying to crack something, this is a portion that will take anywhere between, a few minutes or a couple of hours, depending on the level of password. So I'm just gonna wait for it to crack, and I'll be back to show off some more things. And as you can see, the John the Ripper cracked the password, and it just happened to be 5C. That's why it didn't take so long, because if it was longer, we would have, who knows how long it would have taken. So now that I was able to crack that, I'm going to take a look at another directory. So I'll just go back to where I was. And now I'm going to try Red Team 5. Oh. I'm going to take a look at the files here, and I'm going to do student 3. I'll do the ls command again, and there is a myPass text file. I'm going to grab that. Oh, and seems here we have a little bit of a string. So now what I'm going to do is copy that, go to base64 decode, and have it decode the string, and it just happened to be red team 5 student 3. So now that that's been completed, I've essentially shown how to crack a password and extract data artifacts. I do recommend that, since I've been able to do this as a penetration tester, to close the ports, because as from the previous system report I gave you guys, I showed that there were a bunch of vulnerabilities, or essentially open ports, that shouldn't be open unless you're going to use them. And if you are going to use them, you should have them monitored securely, so that no one can just walk in like I did. And on top of that, in order to do that, you would probably need an IT team, basically, to make sure that no one did what I just did, and that if there is any other new vulnerabilities in the system, that they'll essentially take care of it and give it a patch. Thank you so much for your time, and if you have any questions, just contact me again, and thank you for listening.